MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want.
Project
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, y'all like that commercial? That was tight, huh? Once again, we are back with another TWID radio broadcast, and I won't be long. Once again, I am your host. TWID stands for That's What I Do. And listen, family, as long as you're breathing, you're doing something. I don't care what it is. You don't have to prove it to me. You don't even have to tell me. But I know as long as you're breathing, you're doing something. I want to check out this video because we deal with the 5 points, you know, by now, if you watch my show. We deal with the 5 points of life as I see it. First is faith. Second, beliefs. Third, manhood. Fourth, common sense. Fifth is religion. I reiterate the same thing every time. You need the first four, the last one, not necessarily. But since it's a part of life, we tackle it. We deal with it. This guy that I'm about to upload this video, he's walking in the street and he's talking. And much to my disappointment, you know, he fits that mold of not just women, but women and men who are just talking about a relate. And see, the thing about the Black community, the gender war has hurt us. It's hurting us, I would say, almost as much. And I say almost as much as, because it just depends on how long it's going to go on, you know, for us to, you know, determine the impact. I mean, and really, if you want to think about it, since the 50s and 60s, you know, I remember, you know, not too long ago watching the movie Claudine with can't think of her name. Diane Carroll and the brother that just died with the deep voice. What was his name? What was his name? James Earl Jones. I hate when I have the movie Claudine. James Earl Jones. There we go. I knew it was gonna. Okay, so you had Diane Carroll and James Earl Jones, and I didn't realize how far back this divide, and it probably went back further than that. But you know, that movie was, I think, shot in the 1950s, late 50s, early 60s. Let me look it up in a minute, Claudine, so I can get the exact year. 1974. I wasn't even born. I was born in 78. So that movie, exactly 50 years old. Claudine is a great movie, but it's showing how, you know, she's a woman with 5 or 6 kids. He's a single man. He can't make, you know what I'm saying? He can't make up his mind if he wants to be with her. He wants to be with her. He feels as though he feels like she's a good woman. She's trying to prove that she's a good woman. And he's coming over to, you know, try and, you know, stay with her, and he's staying with her. But the social worker, she comes in, and he has to literally hide. And when the social worker, the white woman, catches him, you know, they go back and forth about, you know, the situation of, you know, the system trying to help her, but he can't be anywhere around to assist in this, you know, pretty much the same thing that they've done to us up until this point, which to a large degree has caused infighting and strife amongst our people. And because of that, in in today's time, you know what I'm saying, you have a lot of men and women who are getting on the platform just like I'm doing, and they're talking for the most part, most of them about a relationship, and they have nothing to show for it in terms of, and I'm just talking about most of them in terms of what it's feels like and what it is to be in a successful marriage. Now, when I say a successful marriage to me is a marriage where you've got two people who still have decided, you know what, we're going to stick this thing out. Who cares about the details? That's between them two. You know, like I said, my father married 44 years. You know what I'm saying? 44 years. You know, so there are, even though we don't get as much shine, there are men and women out there who have had and who still have successful marriages. And to see the people with the most advice, to see people who have the most expertise on the matter, but yet and still they don't have the firsthand experience, the knowledge, or the know-how to show you that, hey, I'm not just talking about it, I'm being about it, I'm actually married right now. It shows you how fake this world really is when people can talk about something as important as marriage, making a covenant with a man and woman, between a man and a woman, and you have people who don't even have the resume. They don't have the resume to even talk about anything close to the success or the failures of a marriage, because most of them haven't even been married. But I want you to check this guy out. And he's talking, and if you didn't know any better, you'd think that he was really saying something that made sense. If you didn't know any better. And that's what they're banking on, people to just, you know, tap into how they talk, you know what I'm saying, how they move and how strongly they, you know what I'm saying, or about the words that are coming out of their mouth, but it's all BS. But I'm gonna let you hear it for yourself.
Why? It is a privilege for you to knock your boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, or husband off your social media, right? Listen to why. It is a privilege for you to be allowed to follow.
Now he's saying, I'll block my wife on social media if I have to. I'm trying to figure out, why would I have to? So social media is that important that I would have to block that anybody would have to? What you got going on? What's so private about what you're doing with your social media account that you would have to block your wife or your husband? I made a covenant. See, this is how crazy it is. I made a covenant with the Most High on behalf of me and my wife, not this platform. What's mine is hers, what's hers is mine. Whatever I have, if she want to look at it, she can look at it. If she goes through my phone, she's just curious. Sometimes I go through her phone. Rarely, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm going through it, it's just to go through it. It ain't like I'm looking for anything. But this man is saying, I'll block my wife on social media why would you have to, sir? Tell me, why would you have to block your wife? Well, you know, let's see what he says.
Your partner on social media, and the moment that you make it awkward, the moment that you make it weird, your partner has every right to block you on social media if they feel like you are becoming intrusive, if they feel like you are investigative, if they feel like social. Why? It is a privilege.
So my wife has the right to be intrusive. She has the right to be see, that's what I'm saying about these people like this. My wife has the right to be intrusive. She has the right to be investigative. So as do I, because we have a covenant. She belonged to me, I belong to her. We're one. So if she feels like she wants to snoop, she can snoop. If I don't have nothing to hide, go ahead, here you go. It's just that easy. So, but why would I block her and give her more reason to feel a certain type of, when you blocking somebody, you're literally hiding something. But don't get me wrong, he's gonna make it seem, you know what I'm saying, seem like his talking point is really legitimate, but it's not. Not when you're married and you know. He said I'll block my wife. He probably just talking in general. This dude probably don't even have a wife.
For you to be allowed to follow your partner on social media. And the moment that you make it awkward, the moment that you make it weird, your partner has every right to block you on social media if they feel like you are becoming intrusive, if they feel like you are investigative, if they feel like social media is going to break up your real life relationship. It is a privilege. And
social media wouldn't break up no real life nothing. Something that you're doing on social media would. Because if you're not doing anything, why can't I? Let me let him cook, as they say.
And as a husband, as a wife, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, yes, it is my job to respect you and move a certain way, but it is not my job to respect your insecurities.
It is, sir. It is. It most definitely is my job to deal with my wife's insecurities. She's the weaker vessel. Most wives, they better have more insecurities than their man. They better. So what is your job as a husband?
I should not be getting questioned about liking pictures. Yes, it is my job to respect you and move a certain way, but it is not my job to respect your insecurities. I should not be getting.
So am I supposed to just disrespect my wife's insecurities? We're one, sir. That's what I'm saying. He can't be married, can't be talking like this. My wife's insecurities becomes my burden. I'm supposed to help her tote that, carry that, deal with that. She belongs to me. That's what the scripture says. The woman was made for the man. She was made for me, even with her insecurity. But somebody will listen to a young man or even a woman, you know what I'm saying, will listen to this guy talk as if he's really saying something, and they'll take that as if he's really saying something.
Questioned about liking pictures. How are you questioning me about liking pictures of women or men or whatever of people that you don't follow?
Don't matter if I don't follow. Don't matter if my wife don't follow nobody. If my wife gets on the phone and I don't like the picture, first of all, this is me. I don't like pictures, you know what I'm saying, especially of women. Now, if I do, it's going to be somebody in my family, but it ain't going to be somebody who's like a naked woman, or, you know what I'm saying, like, as you know, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm married. I don't even feel right liking your pic. First of all, you know what I'm saying? You half naked. You ain't got no clothes on. You showing all, you know what I'm saying, your butt and tits. No, I ain't finna like that because you got too many likes. I ain't finna, you know what I'm saying, give you, you know what I'm saying, more gas to add to the fire to make you keep giving you a reason to keep doing this. No, that's just me.
That means that your insecure ass went down my friends list, down my follows list. You went and researched to go find a problem. You're looking for a problem. You're asking me.
She's not looking for a problem. She doing, if she's a wife, she doing what she's got the right to do, which is go through your stuff. And if she's looking for a problem, she's only gonna find a problem if you've developed a problem. I'm gonna say that again. If she's looking for a problem, she's only gonna find a problem, and you know what I'm saying, if you've developed a problem. That means you got something going on. That would be a reason as to y'all now having a problem, because she found something that you was doing, something that you was saying, something that you was posting that went against y'all's vows, meaning you disrespected her. She felt disrespected. What are you doing liking? Well, you shouldn't have been. No, she had every right. She's your wife.
Why am I liking this? And why am I doing this? And why am I doing that? When we have no issues inside of our active home. Do not.
Well, brother, if you don't have no, okay. So if you don't have no active issues inside the home, don't make none. So that means if she decides to be intrusive, which she's got the right to do, because you know what I'm saying, she should have access to whatever you have. If she decides to investigate, when she decides to be intrusive and investigative, you should be man enough to be in a position, you know what I'm saying, to say, okay, what did you find? Nothing. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it pushing, because it ain't nothing to find. You my wife, you know what I'm saying, and that's what it is.
Let people make you a prisoner to their insecurities on social media. You're allowed to block your wife. You're allowed to block your husband, especially.
See, this man can't be married. How does this sound? How does it sound if see, that's what I'm saying. These people saying anything. How does it sound? How does this sound? You got a husband and a wife. They're on their phones. Now, me and my wife, we do this, you know what I'm saying? Not too often, but every now and again, she'll be on her phone, I'll be on my phone. Now she's not on Facebook. But how does that sound, or how would it look if we're both on social media, but we're blocking each other? We're in the same house. This is his rationale. We're in the same house. We're married. We're on social media, but we can't access one another's social media. He can't be married. He can't be married. He sound like the Dr. Brian and Tia Mowry, the women I just, you know what I'm saying, did a video on. He sound worse than them, because this coming from a man. They got a reason to talk like they talking, you know what I'm saying? But him, you supposed to have something up here.
If they can't handle it, especially if they aren't healed, especially if they haven't worked through their trauma.
Okay, brother, if they're not healed, if they haven't worked through their trauma, then that's what the covering is for. Most women and men, but most women who come from a broken home, they're coming with trauma. They're not going to be healed. That's what you are supposed to be as the covering, to help them manage. They are the weaker vessel. You're saying that's not, no, it is my wife. It is my problem. It is the husband's problem.
You're not going to make something that's fun, something that's
fun. You're a grown man. So what he's saying, listen to what he's saying. He's saying, this is fun. It's like a video game. He must be one of those video game type guys. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, rather play games and go get a real job. He's saying, it's fun for me, and even though you're my wife, because this is so much fun, I'll block you.
Supposed to be a good time, a bad time, because you're insecure. Block them.
Family, especially the married or unmarried. If you're married, don't listen to people like this. If you're unmarried, don't listen to people like this. Hopefully you'll find somebody who, if you listen to them on social media, they're well-rounded and well-versed when in matters of a covenant between a man and a woman. Hopefully you'll have somebody in your real life, your everyday life, you know what I'm saying, that you can talk to about marriage, the roles that are played, because, you know, believe it or not, there are roles that are played that have to be played between a husband and a wife, because the Most High gave instructions. He said, husband, rule over your wife. He said, wives, submit to your husband. One protects and one submits. They come together, you have a family, and now you have a balance. A balance. But you can't be selfish. You can't listen to people like this. You can't listen to people like this. This man is basically saying, hey, you're my wife, but I'll block you. So how's your wife supposed to move on? You think that's gonna that's the beginning of the end? You think blocking her is gonna help the situation? No, she's going to literally think and feel as though you're hiding something, and you must be. If she can't investigate, if she can't if she can't be intrusive, why? The script, brother. Let your wife decide to. That's no different than getting a phone call, going outside to talk on the phone. What's the difference? There is no difference. You, sir, just need to stop trying to give advice because you, sir, don't have a clue, like many of them. I got the clue right there. I got the clue. I got the clue because I got the resume. And I got about 14, 15 years spent. 14 to 15 years nowadays, like 30 years. Man. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's been my time. Till next time. Take it easy. See you.